Hello there, Katie. Good morning.
So I am one of those super smart people who didn't know that you guys weren't live last week. And I called, I tried calling during the Dr. Rob segment where the guy was talking about his girlfriend not liking his daughter. And I called 61 times, not getting the hint.
You just kept getting busy signal,
That's
right?
great.
Yeah. I was like, man, a lot of people want to talk about this topic. Like, I'm trying to get through. But I mostly wanted to say that, Dawn, I frigging love you. And when you get going, when you get passionate about something, my friends and I call you Pastor Dawn. And we go, oh, Pastor Dawn's coming. She's taking us to church. And just wanted you to know, on a serious note, a good friend of mine happened to be listening to the radio, and something you said, she's been in a toxic relationship with someone for a long time that does not like her child, and something that you said actually gave her the little light bulb moment she needed, and she ended that relationship. So, Pastor Dawn, you took her to church.
Wow. Well, thank you. I'm proud of her. She took the steps. That's actually what matters.
Thanks
Thank
a lot,
you so
Katie.
much.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Hello, Aaron. Go ahead.
Hey, I just got a quick question. We have hi, RAD Radio. Hey, guys.
Hi.
So we have a nice little restaurant down here in town, and they make signature grilled cheese. I actually get one that has bacon on it, and it has jalapenos. They put a cheese crust on it. I don't cut it into triangles. Does that make me less of a man?
Oh, no, you're manly. You're all right. You could order that grilled cheese and have it sliced in the one triangle, and you're still a man.
By the way, we did get a clarification from the original guy who got us off on that tangent.
Yeah.
Dan wrote back in and said, for clarification, I like my grilled cheese cut into 4 triangles as opposed to 4 squares for maximum dipping efficiency.
No.
I recently had squash soup and a grilled cheese for lunch.
No.
And the heathens cut it into 2 rectangles.
Oh, you're the heathen.
no.
Squash soup?
2 rectangles is weird, though.
Yeah. All that is wrong. The dipping and the squash soup. Oh.
Well, so do you agree with Queenie that the 2 rectangles is wrong? You want them slicing it once so that it's 2 triangles.
Diagonally.
Is that right? Once
The
diagonally.
fact that he describes this as the best way to dip.
Yeah.
Right? Like, no, you tear it apart like a real man. Just tear it apart and dip it.
This is the solution. This is how I do my grilled cheese. You make it with just a whole piece of like sandwich bread, and then you cut it up into 4 little dipping lines, like strips, and then you dip it in tomato soup, and it's best. It's best for dipping.
You were giving the dudes grief for just ordering grilled cheese, and you're Mr. Cut 'em up into 4.
When I'm at my house and it's a nice day to make a grilled cheese, yeah, that's how I do it. But I don't go to a restaurant and order it.
You do you, but I would prefer you as a man to just tear it apart.
Because then it gets messy and all over the place. You have the nice, clean little cuts, and you can dip them,
What?
and it's like French toast sticks.
Hey, men don't care about being dirty.
I care about my plate, my table being dirty. I want to clean it up.
That's the first thing on the man list. We don't care about being dirty.
He just
Oh my God.
he just justified cutting up one of his sandwiches to the equivalent of French toast sticks.
Yes.
It's so good.
He is not an arbiter at this.
And he won't tear it apart because it's messy.
I'll tear it apart when I don't feel like cutting, but I mean, for the most part, I'm going to cut it into strips.
Don't be a cutter, Kyle.
So we're going to have to start working on your official list of rules for being a man, and we've got 2 so far. Must order steak at a steakhouse on a first date, and must not be afraid of getting dirty.
Yeah,
Okay.
men don't mind dirt and germs and grease and food all over themselves.
I just don't want to clean up the table and the counter afterwards.
A man doesn't. He leaves it for the woman to do it.
Yeah, there's no woman in my house.
Well, then you have it. That's oh my God, bachelor pads I have seen are disgusting.
Yeah.
And you know
I
men
don't like
live
it that way.
You know men live there.
See, he doesn't like it that way.
Still methane.
Whatever.
There's crumbs and there's
When I bring
cheese.
women over, they got to have a clean house.
Listen, if the dude makes enough money where he has a house cleaner, that's the only out you give him, girls. If you're dating a dude and he is a freak about how cleanly his house is, run.
Because
He's
usually
not.
it's so dirty.
He's not a man. Or he has someone else clean it.
I'm kind of a messy person with messy habits. And I just before dated somebody who was totally opposite. He was like Hannibal Lecter-esque and everything was just so. And I should have taken it as a non-compatible red flag. Now I date a contractor, so he demos stuff. He sees things are destroyed all day like my vagina. But regardless, I am not one of these women that is bothered by crumbs on the counter. If anything, it's my man who's bothered by crumbs on the counter. Yeah. Our house, the cleaning, the cleanliness, and all of that kind of stuff is so role reversed.
This is from a name withheld.
A person
Says grilled cheese sandwich should be sliced in half, and a cheese quesadilla should be cut into triangles.
Cheese quesadilla now.
If you're a child or a woman. If you're a man, you're not cutting it up into pieces for dipping pleasure purposes so you stay clean.
What about
Who thinks that through? Men don't.
But what if it was just because, like what Brandon was saying, the diagonal cut, because it's just easier to just
that's
grab?
normal. That's fine. Yes, my God.
'Cause I don't always do that, but sometimes I do.
Okay, ordering quesadillas, ordering grilled cheese, like these are all still kids menu items. They're still kids menu
for
items.
For adults as well. You haven't advanced there yet, but they are. Quesadillas are lovely for adults.
I think quesadillas could be an appetizer sometimes, but I'm with Queenie on this one. Kids meal.
Yeah.
I swear.
Let's go out to lunch. What are you going to get? I think the quesadilla.
Yes.
No.
Steak
you can
quesadilla?
have that for lunch.
That becomes a whole other meal now.
They are so strange, these two.
So we have a subset now of adult versus child that's popping up throughout this conversation as well.
And the child who cuts his stuff up into pieces is trying to tell us what's childish.
Right.
See, he's an expert.
It's for dipping. When you have the soup, you dip it in with the French toast grilled cheese sticks.
The dipability is just as good as if you cut a sandwich in half diagonally.
Oh my God.
There's double dipping.
No, you get.
Are you
more,
afraid of
more,
double dipping
you get more
too?
cheese in the meltiness of it in the mouth when they're cutting the slices.
I don't.
Just rip it. Just rip it.
No.
Get a bigger bowl. I don't know.
Whether I agree with the premise or not, I do get what he means, where it's like you're putting your wet mouth on the thing with the bread, and then you're putting it back in, and then you're putting your wet mouth on the thing, and then you're putting it back in. It's a lot of that versus when you do it Kyle's way, they're individual little bites. Each last bite is not affected by the previous.
It's thinking it through way too much. And you want to know why they're able to think all this stuff through? Because these are the generations where poor parents went ahead and made each kid their own gosh damn meal. Instead of so they had time to think about how they wanted their own little precious meal instead of this is what's for dinner or you starve. Oh my God.
That definitely did not happen in my house.
No.
No.
What the hell
Tofu
happened
dogs.
to you?
I got picky and an adult, and I'd like to make things my way.
We also, I sensed that this was going to be an issue. We got this one from Alan that says, once you put anything other than cheese on a grilled cheese, it is no longer a grilled cheese.
Right.
It's a normal sandwich. I don't get that whole
Me
thing.
neither.
Okay, so a ham and cheese is now a grilled cheese?
No, it's a ham and
No.
cheese.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I don't picture a ham and cheese as being always warm or cooked.
Yeah.
A lot of people just get deli ham with Swiss cheese,
True.
and you just eat it cold.
But if you're getting a grilled cheese sandwich and you can add some ham to it or some bacon to it, or it's still a grilled cheese sandwich.
Of course.
With
Zhuzhed
this.
Yes.
Yeah, because grilled cheese, it's the way it's made.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
That makes it grilled cheese.
God, people say people like me are an abomination.